Welcome to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Here are Brian and Tom. I'm not sure which is which since I'm a robot. Enjoy!
Hey!
Oh my God,
We're back!
everything is really good now. We were just waiting for things to get really good, and then we're like, okay, now we can go back.
Yeah, we didn't want to do this when things were so bad. We wanted to make sure things were wrapped up nice and tidy and that everything was like resolved with a bow on it.
We've really made a difference in this world, Tom. We really have. And the good thing is, Project 2026 is just a revelation. It's excellent.
Going very
It's made me
well.
forget all about Project 2025.
Good news, 58% of people called Trump's first year of his second term a flop.
Yeah, but that means 42% don't. That's
No,
insane.
42% think it's successful.
I know, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. Not that people wouldn't find it successful, because we seem to have a monopoly on fucking morons in America, but it should be like 8%. 8%.
Well, nothing's ever 8%. I mean, I've learned that everything is always split. Like the most you'll ever get on like the right side, and by the right side I mean like the side of sanity, is 62%. It just very rarely goes higher than that. It's usually it doesn't, like, common sense doesn't go past 62% ever.
Do you know anybody that has gotten a job that's not in law enforcement or ICE in the last 10 months?
All I can report on is what I see online, and I hear a lot of griping from everybody, but I don't see anybody going on being like, good news, the thing that I was trying to do has been helped by, or like, oh, those funds came in from the government, or great, my kid is now getting free daycare from blank. And I never hear those kind of things. I just hear like bad things and then defensive things from the other side.
I don't know anybody that has gotten a job. And even occupations like nursing are going to be tougher to get jobs because A, hospitals are closing, especially rural hospitals, and B, they've just made this rule. It used to be if you work at a nursing home or a rehab facility, one of those places, there had to be a minimum number of staff members at each of these locations. But now, because of the fucking Trump administration, now you can have just one guy. You can have one person.
Yeah, and soon it'll be AI. It won't even be people.
Yeah. You'll have a robot roll over and just shove a thermometer up your ass.
But by the way, when Greenland becomes part of the U.S., that's going to open up a whole new set of jobs. People are going to want to move to Nuke.
Greenland only has 57,000 people. That's it.
I hear the Ace Hardware and Nuke is hiring. They say Nook. It's Nuke. Nuke. I don't know how to pronounce.
I don't know. I didn't even know. Apparently, my wife and I were having a debate whether it was Greenland or Greenland.
Oh, no. I say
Greenland.
I say Greenland.
It's Greenland. Do you have that as a correct pronunciation?
It could be Greenland, but I think
Yes.
maybe if you're from Greenland, maybe you say Greenland. But if you're from everywhere else, say Greenland.
Well, there's a
Greenland. I think it's Groenland. I think.
well, there's a Dead Milkman song called Shaft in Greenland, and that's how they pronounce it, Greenland. And I played it for my wife. She goes, that's a punk band from 20 years ago. Who gives a shit? That's not how that doesn't count.
Just a little pro tip. Don't get your pronunciations from punk band, like from the Dead Kennedys or the Dead Milkmen or Camper Van Beethoven.
Camper Van. Wow. That's
pulling that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so funny because when I was a kid, I remember Camper Van Beethoven, and I was like, Camper Van Beethoven. It was funny because it's like a Dutch, like, oh, it's Beethoven, but it's Van Beethoven. And then it literally wasn't until I was like 40 that I realized that it's Camper Van Beethoven. Like a guy living in a camper van who thinks he's Beethoven. It took me very long to realize.
I am just putting the pieces together now.
Yeah,
Tom,
it's Camper Van Beethoven.
Camper Van.
It's not like Camper Van Beethoven. Yeah.
I thought it was
blown.
the first thing. This has already been the best podcast ever. It really has.
There are actually 8 people who know what we're talking about.
And all of them live in Greenland.
Groenland. So
Yes.
before, I want to give real quick, because I know there's been a lot of talk, and I know you have something to say about Trump's Nobel Prize, but I have my own prizes to give out today. And they're the first annual protester awards, the top 3 protesters of the week. Third prize goes to Mayor Jacob Frey of Minneapolis, who went on national TV and said,
Oh, he's the best.
Get the fuck out of Minneapolis. That was a great moment. The second prize is the maker of a T-shirt that I've seen that says Gulf of Mexico, Department of Defense, Kennedy Center in big letters. And then the F in golf, the D in defense, and the T in center spell out FDT.
Oh, that's
So it's like,
great.
yeah. And then first prize goes to the ICE protesters who are now dumping water on the sidewalk outside of the federal building so the agents will fall and slip when they come out. They're like icing, like pouring like water because it's so cold. It just freezes up. And to me, that's like the protester award of the week.
That's awesome. But what about the guy at the Ford plant that said,
Oh, yeah.
pedophile protector?
TJ Sabula.
Yeah. And
Problem was, it would have been more effective if he had like thrown boiling water on Trump. But still, that was pretty good.
And he got suspended for what?
No, I know.
For what?
It's funny how now you can just suspend people who express themselves as if somehow you're trying so hard to keep politics out of your business that by doing that, you're actually injecting politics. Like if they had just left him alone, it would have passed. But now we're suspending him. And now you're basically doubling down on a position that if you just had left it alone, it would have been more neutral.
Or they should have just said, we're suspending him. And then they should have suspended him for 1 minute. And they said, yeah, go get a Kit Kat bar.
Yeah, like
seriously,
cool down.
You're suspended. Yeah. Don't do anything for a minute. Just get out of here. Go.
Yeah. Or just like have your supervisor sit down and go like, it's not appropriate for you to, I don't know what went on behind the scenes. You're expecting all the auto workers who are, a lot of them are part of the union that Trump's trying to fucking bust. You expect them all just to be deferent. I mean, you know the situation that you're going into when the president's coming to your fucking plant.
And we've lost like 78,000 manufacturing jobs in the first year. America should be fucking suspending Trump for giving the finger. Honestly, he's a piece of shit.
Oh, I know. How to like flip off a U.S. citizen. Are you like
the only good thing about that is everybody's made fun of his hands. This is not the original
the small
take,
finger.
But,
yeah.
Oh my God, his middle finger is like a fucking baby's pinky toe. It's tiny. It's like a dog treat for a teacup poodle. I mean, I've never seen a middle finger that small.
It's like one of those Vienna wieners. You know, those small, like thick.
Yes,
Vienna
exactly.
Vienna sausage.
Or sausages for
yeah, exactly.
For a dachshund.
hey, don't make fun of dachshunds. We have a dachshund.
Oh, sorry, that's right.
If you're gonna give the middle finger, at least have the appendage necessary for it to resonate.
I'm surprised somebody at the White House didn't Photoshop a broomstick onto the end of his finger.
Pinocchio's nose. Yeah.
Pinocchio's nose.
I mean, the ICE thing combined with Maduro, combined with now Greenland and how, we're going to take Greenland, we need it. And it's like, there's no day that goes by where there's not something scary. And honestly, I think that we're all sort of to blame because we are a little addicted to it. And it is kind of like I'm always looking online to see what's next. Like, ooh, what's going to be the next stupid shit that pops up?
I just think if we set foot in Greenland, and obviously we've had military bases there since, I think, 1951, we signed some kind of agreement with them. But if we actually try and take over Greenland and NATO's involved, that is the domino that will lead to, I never say World War III because that's a big statement, but I really think
if he'll be impeached too. I think some Republicans will get a hop on board and they'll impeach him.
Nope.
If it doesn't.
Nope.
You don't think so?
Well, I mean, he might get impeached in the House, but it'll never pass the Senate.
True. That's true.
You're not going to get 67 senators. I mean, no way. Especially when you have
Lindsey Graham won't do anything. He's excited about opening up the Greenland grinder. What's weird about it is he says Greenland, we need Greenland for strategic purposes because of the Iron Dome. But Greenland is part of NATO, so I'm not sure why we need to take it from NATO when we have an alliance with NATO. It's not like it's part of Russia or China or, like Colombia. It's a NATO territory.
Gun to my head, Trump could not find Greenland on a map. If you showed him a map of just Greenland and Iceland, he couldn't pick out the fucking right country.
I have an idea. We should send all ICE to Iceland.
That would be great. Or we should send ICE to Greenland. Let them fight our battles overseas.
Masks over their face. So all you can see is like their beady eyes when it's 8 degrees and just wrestling people out of their car.
Breaking windows.
Yeah.
Breaking the windows.
And people on the right are like, they're just doing their jobs. So let me see your job description. If you got like a sheet of paper with your job description, it would have breaking windows, dragging people onto the street. I mean, I think the job description doesn't include many of those items.
They had like a data breach of like 4,500 ICE members. And many of them have criminal records and they're former Proud Boys and they were pardoned by Trump for J6. And I guarantee you 90% of the people that they're arresting have committed
for
fewer
sure. For
crimes
sure.
than the people that are arresting them.
No,
I mean,
for
these
sure.
are
I
like
mean,
fucking
there
criminals.
have been, I think I read there have been 9 violent crimes by undocumented immigrants, and there were 33 ICE shootings during the same time frame. So there's more than 3 times as many violent incidents perpetrated by ICE versus perpetrated by the people that they're trying to take custody of. It should be the other way around. Like the undocumented should be like arresting ICE for fucking domestic violence and all the other stuff that you know is going on behind the scenes. I mean, these guys are not upstanding citizens.
No, and also when you have J.D. Vance and Stephen Miller saying you have federal immunity, you have this.
Oh yeah, it just emboldens. Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's like, no, you can't just say something.
Right.
I can't say, oh, my Camaro is a dog. Okay, yeah, sure. Go fucking pet my car. That's not what's true. But you're right. We're emboldening them. They think that they're untouchable. And if you're an asshole and you know you have a free ride, you're going to be a bigger asshole.
No, exactly. It's just an asshole card. It's like having an asshole. It's like in your wallet, you have your Visa, your driver's license, and your asshole card. You can pull it out and go, but I'm an asshole. And I was told I can continue to be an asshole.
Yeah, here's proof. And then look, here's my 3-digit asshole code on the back to prove to you that it belongs to me.
This episode is brought to you by the Nobel Peace Prize. Just because you're a violent, murderous psychopath doesn't mean you can't bribe someone else to hand over their prize. Nobel Peace Prizes. Extort yours today.
I forgot if it was a man or a woman. Somebody got their eye shot out. They lost their fucking eye in Santa Ana.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Like it
They
got.
lost their eye.
Yeah.
And you know what? Stephen Miller is probably pissed at them. It's like, well, you know, you got to get fucking both eyes, man. You got to get both eyes. What are you doing?
What's with
Get
this
back out
one
there.
eye shit?
Get back out there. Get the other eye.
Yeah, Stephen Miller is. Do you see that video that surfaced of him from high school?
Oh, where he's talking, yelling about the janitors?
Yeah, he's giving a speech. I don't know why he was allowed to give a speech. And actually, I feel like if you watch the whole video, like someone from the school kind of cuts him off. Like another student comes up and says, like, okay, you're done. But he's like talking about how, why do we have to pick up our trash when we have janitors? What kind of parenting led to that, to someone saying that in front of like the whole student body?
It makes no sense. I don't understand how somebody like him has risen.
I get it. I mean, I get it.
Power.
Look, it's rising to levels in our society has nothing to do with talent, merit, or being a good person. If you look at corporations and the people that run certain corporations, great. They move up and they're great people and they run. And then there are other corporations where the only qualification is like, you've kind of been an asshole and you've kind of like elbowed your way up and you kind of like pissed on other people on the way up and you make your way to like VP and then you become I mean, that's the corporate American way. It's not about, I'm going to do good until I get to the top of my corporation.
No, but there's usually something like Trump, who I hate, is charismatic at least. And also he had, you know, a long run of putting
No,
his
you're right.
name on
Stephen
things.
Miller is not charismatic.
Stephen Miller, he's not charismatic. He's not attractive. He's dumb as shit. I mean, he literally has been saying the same sentence.
He's enough of an asshole to like, that's the thing. He's like Dr. Evil. I mean, remember Dr. Evil? He wasn't good looking or had a charisma. He was just an evil genius. You know, he just kind of fucking stepped on people until he made his way up. And that was the characteristic. It was the lack of charisma, probably didn't get laid, probably had no friends.
Probably. I mean,
well, I don't have proof. I don't have proof that he didn't get laid. So I don't want to be one of those people that just says something without evidence. But like, that's the kind of guy who had to turn to evil ways.
I think Katie Miller is just as evil.
Oh, she was. I heard about her too. She was like the biggest bitch in high school.
Yep.
That's the thing. When you know that you're not a good person and you know in your heart that you have bad intentions, it like externalizes. You become an asshole, bitch. You like, and then those people can somehow work their way up. They don't care about the consequences of their actions.
But you still need people to follow them. I don't know who is. I understand why people are following Trump. I don't understand why anybody's following Stephen Miller.
But you understand, I mean, you still understand why people are following Trump?
No, I understand why people have been following Trump. Yes, he's been
still though? I mean, even now?
Yes, because they're in a cult. But the Stephen Miller thing, I don't get.
Right. Right. Yeah, there's no
And
cult of Stephen Miller. It's not like people are like wearing Stephen Miller shirts or flags or have like a Stephen Miller hat.
And every single Stephen Miller TV appearance, at least on non-Mike Lindell TV, it's the same thing. He's saying the same 10 words.
You watch non-Mike Lindell TV?
I saw somebody from Mike Lindell TV following
Ilhan Omar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I thought Ilhan Omar handled all the questions about Minnesota properly and with grace. But what I don't understand, she should have just said, hey, you're working for Mike Lindell TV, the guy that sells pillows, who's fucking crazy, who's an election denier. So maybe you want to get a real job.
No, that's what I don't understand about some of these politicians is like these quote unquote journalists who are not journalists. They're just like random people. And they're usually like kind of good looking, young, like they're not, their qualifications seem to be like their appearance more than anything else. And they're usually dumb as dirt. And I don't know why these politicians don't be like, hold on, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Pillow Talk TV. Whatever the fuck it's called.
I know.
My Pillow TV. And be like, okay, why am I answering questions from you? You're nobody. You're a nothing. You're useless. You have no credentials, instead of just kind of like indulging it.
Yeah. Like get a job at a real news organization and then come back and ask.
Yeah, like work your way up and have like actual credits and have actual accolades from actual organizations. Not like I sent my resume into Mike Lindell. They needed reporters. And now I'm walking around Congress talking to Congress people.
I wonder if Mike Lindell, who was filed for bankruptcy, I wonder if the reporters are even getting paid. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't.
They get paid in pillows.
Here's a 3-feather raise.
You should see that woman's bed. It has 100 pillows on it. My fucking pillow. It's like, oh my God. I can't believe that guy went from being a crack addict to selling pillows to having like an actual journalistic organization. That's exactly what I was talking about before. He's not charismatic. I mean, he's loud, but he's not a winner. And he's got like an organization that has like money to hire journalists that can go ask questions to people in power.
I just wish that members of Congress should carry a boombox, and anytime they get a ridiculous question, which happens all the time, they should just press play, and it's a really loud laugh track.
Yeah.
Everybody
like,
gets a boombox. Yeah, it's like, ha, 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 ha.
That's actually what I was kind of getting at last year when I was talking about there's got to be ways that we can play the game, right? And one of the ways is not by like earnestly answering, because you're not going to change the minds of anybody, especially if you're Ilhan Omar, because there's so many people that vilify. I mean, Trump literally called her garbage.
Yeah.
And said that,
go back to your garbage.
Yeah,
country.
She's garbage and people like her are garbage. So instead of playing that game, yeah, you're right. Like get a boombox or have like a Mike Lindell My Pillow figurine that you hand, or like some trolling
or carry an air horn.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, just blast it in her fucking ear.
Yeah,
these are not real people.
Right, exactly.
These are assholes.
They don't deserve the respect of answering their questions.
Absolutely, they should ignore or mock. I thought she did a good job keeping her composure, but a really bad job.
No, but it's like
her.
What I don't understand is if it were me, because she was walking down the hall, and I remember watching it, and she was walking, and she just kept like kind of was walking really quickly, and the woman was following her, and instead of stopping and turning to her and going like, "Excuse me, I'm an elected representative. You're a nobody from My Pillow TV. I'm not going to answer your questions," or something. She just kind of, I don't know. It kind of bothered me that she was indulging it. It's just
there has to be more fuckery. Like Ilhan Omar in that situation, she should have done something weird, like walked into the men's bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
I go, what? What are you doing? And she's like, oh, I have a dick. What do you? I'm okay. I can go in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a dick.
Yeah, or like start speaking in Arabic. Just totally like that woman's head would explode. It's like weird now to think it's in New York because it's so baked in already that 2026 sucks.
Yeah, but you know what? 2026 is going to seem awesome compared to 2027.
You're like preemptively enjoying 2026 more than 2027.
Yes.
Well, what about the election that's not going to happen? That's not going to turn out well in November?
I think the election will happen. As far as what's counted and what the results are, it's very, very hard to cancel things in 50 different
Well, that's
states.
what I don't, that's what I mean by happen. I don't mean like there's not going to be an election, but when I say happen, I mean like a real fair election. Is that going to happen? A real fair not we're having election day and like ICE agents are at every booth, and if you're a Democrat, you get your kneecaps smacked with a stick.
I'm not sure that 2024 was a real election. I'm sorry, but the 7 swing states all went for Trump, but they all went for Democratic senators. Makes no sense. And Elon's like, oh, well, if anything, if Trump loses, I'm going to be going to jail for a while. So, I mean, and Trump just mailed in his entire campaign as if he knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
He did. He was not trying. That's for sure.
Oh, speaking of which, did you hear, and I know we got to get to our game of the week, but did you hear how there's this theory in MAGA circles that Maduro is going to reveal the 2020 election was stolen, and that's why they got him, and he's got like evidence, and in order to plea, I'm serious, this is an actual theory. Like his plea deal is going to be, I'm going to go on TV and reveal that 2020 was stolen from Trump, and then they're going to set him free. I don't know why Maduro would have that evidence, but
how would he know? And he's a fucking lying dictator who's killed tens of thousands of people.
Look it up. It's an actual like.
No, I'm not yelling at you. Yeah. I'm yelling.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that you're right. It's ridiculously far fetched, and also, why would anybody believe Maduro? Like the whole thing it's another one of these MAGA like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, by the way, speaking of Maduro, when he was escorted out of Venezuela, he was wearing a $260 Nike warm-up suit.
Yeah,
which is now sold out around the country.
Of course it is.
It's like, this is crazy. It's like,
check out my Maduro hoodie, bitch. We never got a chance to predict what we think is going to happen this year, and obviously we're 2 weeks in, and a lot of horrible shit has happened. But here's what we think is going to go down in 2026. I predict this year that Trump's push to acquire Greenland will backfire when it does become part of the United States, but it's quickly divided into 4 Democratic states, giving 8 more Democratic senators.
That would be great.
That would be fantastic.
I predict that there will be no boots on the ground in Venezuela, but there will be socks on the ground because Trump squandered most of the military budget on ICE.
Oh, yeah, that's possible. I predict that COVID-26 will emerge, and it will be traced back to the bat living in RFK Jr.'s throat.
I predict in summer, Kristi Noem will step down from running Homeland Security to spend more time with the pockmarks on her face.
Oh, yeah, they do. They are getting lonely. That's a good plan. I predict that a sequel to the movie Melania will be released this year. It'll be called Melania Part 2, Return to Slovenia to look for another dumb rich dude to fuck.
I predict the GOP will unveil a new excuse for incriminating videos of their goons assassinating people on the streets. America's LASIK surgeries are faulty, and you need to believe your ears.
Yes, believe what you hear, not what you see.
Yes.
I predict this year that Trump will be over the moon when scientists finally discover a cure for severe handshake bruises.
That is on the outside of his hand. Yeah,
that plagues a lot of people. Yeah, those handshake bruises are just, they're tough.
I predict that the government will release a chart of acceptable faces that you can make while being screamed at by ICE agents that will not be considered disrespectful.
Yeah, it is hard to make a good face. I mean, neutral.
You have to be careful about what your faces do.
You just have to be neutral.
You got to put your face into neutral. There should be a little stick shift on your hip that like, oh, no, this is too aggressive. Okay, back into neutral.
I predict this year that Stephen Miller is going to convince the Supreme Court to take up the case of whether empathy is actually unconstitutional. Of course, Alito and Thomas will be forced to recuse themselves because they don't understand what that word means. We got to recuse.
We have no idea.
No. And those are our predictions for the year.
He's putting up signs that say the Oval Office,
the Rose Garden.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, he calls it the Rose Garden. He fucking pulled out all the roses.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's neither rose nor garden anymore.
No, I know. He has those signs up so when his dementia, he knows where things are. He's like, where's the Rose Garden again? Wow. All right. Well, thanks for joining us this week. Everyone, keep your head up.
Don't let the government kill you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Please follow us on social media and anti-social media. But please don't follow us while we're running errands. We're paranoid enough as it is. See you next time, human beings.